There are Americans who are as dark as you are, completely dark, and then there are Nigerians who look half caste, but they're not half caste.
Yeah.
There's more room for someone new to enter Nollywood and forge a path of their own and be a trailblazer. In the African markets in the US, where they sell African food, they sell stockfish, egusi, and the gari, things like that. They started also selling movies. These DVDs, remember the VCDs? We had DVDs. So they would have pirated copies shipped to the US. Among black people, there is a phenomenon. Black people from the Caribbean, from Jamaica, black people from Canada, black people from all over the world in the diaspora. Black people generally love Nigerian movies. Nigerian movies have attitude. They have swag. They're bold. The storylines are bold, even though they don't care so much about technical detail when they were starting out. Nigerian movies are not just for Nigerians.
Everybody Africans, we know Africa, they love our movies.
Everybody black on the planet likes Nigerian movies. I think Trevor Noah was like, just be honest, those movies are terrible. And the person was like, but they're my people, it's my movies, and Trevor Noah just pointed out how proud Nigerians are of their industry and of themselves.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome once again to Africa's Realities. And today I am here with an American lady who is living in Nigeria, and an African American. Please, can you say hi to our viewers?
Hi everybody, I'm Linda.
She's Miss Linda Obasi, and today I want to do a culture shock. We're going to do culture shock with Linda Obasi, and she spent more than 30 years of her life in New York,
US,
New York, different areas of USA, and I know you viewers you want to know what an American thinks about Nigeria. So we'll get on to it. So Miss Linda, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Can you give our viewers a smile?
Hi everybody, glad to be here.
Okay, let's get started. If you enter a room, there's an American lady, there's a Nigerian lady dressed in the same kind of clothing. And is there any shade of skin that would let you know this person is not American, this person is Nigeria?
The skin color cannot tell you at all, because there are Americans who are as dark as you are, completely dark, and then there are Nigerians who look half caste, but they're not half caste. I know that term's kind of derogatory. Mixed race. There are I got half caste from Nigeria. Because no one says that.
It's not derogatory in Nigeria, though. Call them half caste, not really.
But I don't think half caste people call themselves half caste. I think everybody else calls them half caste, but they call themselves mixed.
No, in Nigeria they call themselves.
They say I'm half caste.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In Nigeria, we grow up. It's not something bad to say. In fact, because do you know why? Because in Nigeria, we esteem the half caste. So a person who is half caste wants to show his half caste.
I'm half caste, you're right.
You get what I'm saying?
I remember.
It's not like in South Africa. I heard in South Africa, they call them color. They don't call black people color. They call the mixed race color. And the white people don't want to have anything to do with the mix, and the black people don't want to have anything to do with the mix. At the point, the mixed race are on their own. Because you are in the middle of two hatred coming this way, hatred coming this way, and you are in the middle. This one is not accepting you, this one is not accepting you. But in Nigeria, if you are a mixed blood, wow, in fact, all the guys, if you are a lady, all the guys want to marry you. If you are a guy, all the ladies want to marry you because you are a mixed blood. So, but the only word we have for them is half caste, and they like it because they say we are half caste because it gives them that edge. Those who are not half caste.
Yeah. I've noticed that the colorism. Nigeria has a lot of colorism. Colorism exists all over the world, but in Nigeria it's pretty pronounced. I feel like Nigerians will respect someone if their skin is more fair, without knowing the content of their character. They'll respect them based on their skin color.
Well, I want to say something here. When I was growing up, I'm from the North Nigeria, and I hated being dark. I hated being dark because we have more darker people in the North. So all our ladies prefer fair guys. Our ladies prefer fair guys. So I was thinking my skin color was not the right color. What would I say? Until I found out that all the southern girls hate the white guys, the light color guys, and they were coming for me. I said, wow. And they would say, wow, you are black and beautiful. I like black. No, I don't like white. All the southern girls, no, I don't like the light skin.
It's like effeminate. If it's too light, it's like feminine sometimes.
Yeah, some of them say like, yeah. So I now found out that if a person is fair, he prefers dark person. If a person is dark, he prefers fair person. So there is no stereotype to your skin color in Nigeria. It's just that in the movie industry, maybe for picture wise, they like the fair, but we still have darker, like Genevieve and the rest. They hit it big there. And so somehow, if you are from the north, the northern ladies are looking for the fairer guys. If you are from the south, the southern ladies are looking for darker guys.
That's true. Opposites do attract, and people do like contrast. It's interesting to be someone who sounds different from you, looks different from you. Yeah. That's also attractive, and it brings chemistry. But the film industry, though, there's one or two brown-skinned people, but I think the overwhelming majority of the women being cast are fair-skinned, and they look related. They kind of all started beginning to look like they're related. They're all fair-skinned, plump, with waist trainers. They just all look like these big waist snatched, albino skin. Like there's a uniformity that I'm seeing beginning to develop.
Yeah. Okay. There's one thing I want to ask. You know, in US, all the ladies, they want to be slim. They want to be slim, and it's like you are very attractive when you are slim. But Africans, we like the plumpy. We hate this skinny ladies. That's for sure. Sexually, the African man prefer the. Because I've heard people say, "Can you sleep on something like you're sleeping on a broom?" Things like that. Even sexually, the African man prefers the plumpy person. And so, how do you see this contrast?
That's a big contrast I've noticed, because in the U.S., fat is associated with poverty. It means you eat unhealthy food and you eat junk and you don't exercise. But thinness is associated with wealth. It means you eat organic, healthy food. You have a gym membership. You get massages. You take care of your health. So you're slim and toned and tight and wealthy. Fat is poor and sloppy and unsought. Here it's the reverse. Plump ones is, you're eating plenty. You're getting meat and lots of food and you're taking care of it. And skinny means, and I'm just like, whoa. That is one of the contrasts of the two cultures that blew my mind. Is the fat versus slim aesthetic. Just medically speaking, it's healthier to be slim. Even though, of course, some slim people have high blood pressure, some slim people have high cholesterol. But overall, fat leads to health problems. Overall, across the board, across races, being overweight leads to health problems. So it's just healthier to be. I'm not saying everybody should be a broom. But I think Africans need to watch their diet a little more. Because where I was raised, being slim just means you're watching. Are you eating greens? Are you walking? Are you doing any yoga? You're doing something to just try to stay. And just my personal opinion about size is that if you're big, you can't move easily. I like to walk fast, and I'm an actor, and I like to be active. And when I gain weight, like the weight I am now, it's hard to carry it around. It's like I'm carrying extra bags with me everywhere. And it's like,
So we're going to talk about Hollywood and Nollywood now. And you are in both industries. You've been in Hollywood for many years, and you are now in Nollywood. What are the noticeable differences you can say between these two movie industries?
Well, Hollywood is a lot older, so they have structures and regimented systems in place that have been in place for over 1 century. and Nollywood is younger. So Nollywood is still developing their own structures and systems. There's more room for someone new to enter Nollywood and forge a path of their own and be a trailblazer. Whereas Hollywood, many of the trails have already been blazed, and it's like there's already a rigid system that you kind of have to figure out how to navigate, play along, and fit in.
Okay.
So I feel like there's more freedom in Nollywood to create something really new and never seen before.
Okay. And my question is, when you were in America, and when you were a child, there were no Nigerian films, or later you must have come to realize that Nigerians have started making movies. So while you were in America, did you know about Nigerian movies? Do people do they know about Nigerian movies then, or is it just something we know here and is completely silent over there?
Well, it started up when I was like in my teenage years. In the African markets in the U.S., where they sell African food, they sell stockfish, egusi, and the gari, things like that. They started also selling movies. These DVDs, remember the VCDs? We had DVDs. So they would have pirated copies shipped to the U.S. And we would buy them. And we started watching Mama G and Genevieve, Aki and Papa. So when I was a teenager, I started watching these movies, and I was like, look, the people on the screen look like me. Representation, as they say. It doesn't matter a lot to see people on a screen, on the TV screen, that look like me, that sound like my parents. They have my parents' accent. They sound Nigerian, so I was very excited when I saw that Nigeria was making more movies. I was like, oh my God, I have to go. I have to go. I have to be part of this. I have to go and be part of this.
But not about you now. Generally, America, how was it? How is there a phenomenon about Nigerian movie in America?
Among black people, there is a phenomenon. Black people from the Caribbean, from Jamaica, black people from Canada, black people from all over the world in the diaspora. Black people generally love Nigerian movies. They Nigerian movies have attitude. They have swag. They're bold. The storylines are bold, even though they don't care so much about technical detail when they were starting out. They're spending more time and attention to technical stuff now, but back in those days,
it's all about
it's the storyline. And so audiences love that. Like Jamaicans, when I was in a play in Florida, and the producer is originally from Jamaica. Thank you. And when she was marketing the play, she introduced me as a Nollywood actor, and I was like, I'm not really. I've only been there for like a year, but. The reason she did that was because she knows that Jamaicans like Nigerian movies too. And I didn't know that. I was like, wow, Jamaicans are watching Nigerian movies? She said, oh yes. They know the names of the celebrities, the Nigerian celebrities, the names that I don't know. And it was really surprising in a pleasant way. So Nigerian movies are not just for Nigerians.
All of Africa, we know Africa, they love our movies.
Everybody black on the planet likes Nigerian movies, and they forgive the technical.
Because that's where my next question is. Because Nigerian movies are poorly made. Let's face the truth. They are poorly made. So I wonder what would make somebody who is used to watching all these sophistication, special effects in movies, to sit and watch a Nigerian movie, that technicality and everything is completely poor.
Because story is king. The story is king. And not just the story, but representation. Seeing brown skin on the screen. I grew up watching people that didn't look like me. Like Superman and wonderful stories, but nobody looked like me. So people think that it's no big deal, but it does have an effect on children. When Barack Obama became president, that affected a lot of little black boys. A lot of little black boys were like, I think I can do anything. I think I can be an astronaut. I think I want to be an astronaut. Why not? But before Barack Obama, it might not have crossed their mind because they don't see it in movies. Movies let children know what's possible. So that's why Nigerian movies are so well loved, because the story and the representation. They see black skin, they see Africa. just living their lives
Okay.
and telling their stories. You know, there's a comedian from South Africa named Trevor Noah.
Yeah, very popular.
And yes, and he was interviewing a Nigerian. He was interviewing the musician Burna Boy.
Okay.
And he was Burna Boy. I think he was Burna Boy. I'm not sure. He was interviewing a popular Nigerian who said that he loves Nigerian movies. And Trevor Noah was like, just be honest, those movies are terrible. And the person was like, but they're my people. There's my movies, and it's. And Trevor Noah just pointed out how proud Nigerians are of their industry and of themselves.
Yeah.
No matter what, Nigerians are always proud to be Nigerian. You won't see a Nigerian denying that they're Nigerian. And you won't see.
Continue.
Nigerians are proud to be Nigerian, and Nigerians will always watch Nigerian content.
Okay.
And all black people, I'm generalizing, black people from all over the world generally love Nigerian content.
Okay, like what the music now has turned into. What will you say about our music? Because our music is not taking over the world.
Well, we have the beats, we have rhythm, we have catchy tunes like that Rema song.
Okay.
You know, Baby Calm Down.
Calm down, yeah.
We have the catchy, like Afro beats, that rhythm. It goes with the human body. It makes the body move. It's a natural thing. Now, the American music industry is very contrived. They decide 1 or 2 years ahead of time who's going to be famous. They try to program for us. From the age of 12, they're already grooming the newest superstars. So they're like, okay, this one who's 12 now, she will be this by 18. So they put them on these paths, and they try to control. But you can't control what people want to dance to. You can't. So a lot of the American music, you see, they might even be using AI to write songs now, because the songs are becoming like mathematical formulas, predictable, and they're following a pattern. They're not free. So, and then the lyrics, some of the lyrics are becoming very negative and dark, in my opinion, demonic. There's a song I heard once. I was in a lounge with some friends, and I was drinking, and we were just moving, and I had heard this song many times, and I didn't listen to the lyrics until that moment. All I heard was, push me to the edge, all my friends are dead, I am not afraid to die. And I just put my drink down and I went home. I said, what demonic thing am I dancing to? I had heard this song over 20 times out in the evening in Harlem in New York, but I never listened to the words.
Okay.
These words are entering our subconscious and programming us. What do you mean, I'm not afraid to die, all my friends are dead, push me to the edge? What do you mean? That song was like #1, I think, for like a year, like a long time. These are the kind of things that I don't agree with about that music industry.
Okay.
There's a kind of a nihilism and a lostness and a wastedness and a oblivionness about that industry that I'm just like, enough. Like in Nigerian music industry, people just sing about fun things. They sing about, oh, they like this woman, they want to sleep with her, or I like your body.
So finally, I want to ask you, you've lived in New York for many years, and you are now living in Abuja. So of these two cities, which of them do you love most to live in?
Wow, I love New York. I would say I've lived in New York more than any other place in my life, so I'm a New Yorker. But I also really like Abuja a lot. What do I love about New York? New York is full of variety and culture. Cultures from all over the world. Restaurants, food, music, theater, art. Sorry, from all over the world is in New York. So in New York, you can hardly be bored. It keeps you really engaged, and there's a lot of nightlife. It's a rich cultural city, New York. Abuja is just more laid back. I like the fact that there's not much traffic in Abuja most of the time, because I don't like the traffic of New York, but Abuja is more laid back. Abuja is more affordable. I mean, not just being in Nigeria. Of course, rent in New York is going to be more than rent in any African city.
So finally, viewers, we have come to the end of this special interview with my very lovely friend, Miss Linda Obasi. Linda, say hi.
Hello, everybody. It was so nice being here today. Thank you for having me. Wonderful conversation.
Yeah. Until I come your way for another episode of Africa's Realities. For now, I, Mr. Johnson Wires, I'm saying bye-bye for now. And
Bye.
Linda Obasi, bye.
See you later.
See you
Bye.
later.